Today I'm flying from Manila on Oman Air's Boeing 787 Dreamliner. I haven't flown Oman Air since before the pandemic, when I used to fly them a few times to the UK, and I really used to enjoy the amazing food, the great service, so I'm really looking forward to see how Oman Air compares today. On entering the cabin, the colours are really calming and the seats are super spacious. The seats near the window, I think, are the most private, but all seats have direct aisle access, so there are no issues. I'll talk a little bit more about the best seats to choose later. I was sat in seat 14K, which was at the back of the business class cabin, and it felt really private. At the seat, there was a really soft pillow and a comfy blue blanket, as well as a mattress cover that you could place on your seat if you wanted to make it more comfortable for sleeping. There was a huge TV screen, I'm not sure what size, but it seemed big enough and it was so far away you had to use a TV remote to control it. There was plenty of legroom space with a small stool for your feet if your legs were long enough. Unfortunately, I missed out on this one as I could only just reach it. There was an okay amount of storage with some water and noise cancelling headphones, although the noise cancelling part I'm not so sure about, but they did the job. There was also a small side control for the TV, and you could pull up the menu for the fly on this too. The crew then came around and handed out cold towels, which was needed after rushing to Manila Airport in the morning humidity. They first offered fresh juices, then came around again and offered champagne, and then the third time they came around they offered Arabic coffee and dates. Because I was greedy, I had all three. They definitely made sure everyone on the flight made the most of the pre-flight drink service, which was really nice. The crew then brought around the menu card for the meal and drink service, and I'll show you this later. Okay, so back to the seat. There were the usual USB charging ports, plug sockets available, and there were plenty of lighting options for reading with dimmable switches. The seat had the usual buttons to control the seat functions, such as putting it into bed mode, as well as a massage function, which I tried, but I don't think it really did anything, maybe just shake a little. Oman Air uses the Apex suites, which are among my favourite business class style of seats, as they feel more like first class offered on other airlines. There are two seating layouts on the Boeing 787. The first one includes two sections of business class, with the smaller section being more private at the back. The other layout includes the Business Studio Mini Suite. Now this is basically Oman Air's version of first class. Now this looked amazing and had seats in a 1-to-1 configuration with sliding doors, all really fancy. But unfortunately, I won't be trying that today. Instead, the 787 business class is in a 2-to-2 configuration, with all seats offering direct aisle access. The business class cabins are divided into two smaller cabins, which make it feel quite cozy, and it makes the service just feel a bit more personalized. Like I said, the window seats are definitely the best seats for privacy, so I recommend booking one of these if you're traveling alone. We were soon ready for pushback and headed out of Manila Airport, catching some last-minute sights of Manila. As soon as we took off, the cabin crew dimmed the lights and came around and offered more drinks and warm nuts. I checked the menu and they had a really nice breakfast selection of mains, as well as offering a refreshment service of snacks like burgers, sandwiches, and a few other cakes and things. They also had a nice selection of coffees, teas, as well as juices and soft drinks. I decided I was going to sleep first, so I'll show you the food when I wake up. The bathroom was quite spacious and had plenty of amenities if you needed them, like toothbrushes, combs, and shaving kits. They also have Amouage fragrances, which is an amazing Omani brand of perfume. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it smells amazing. They even had a cool cleaning contraption to clean your bum too. When I came back, I placed the mattress cover on my seat and got ready to take a long nap. The seat in bed mode is so comfy and you really do have plenty of space to move around. It also feels super private and cozy. The blanket was great and I managed to get a good 5 hours sleep. Several hours later, I woke up and I took a look at the menu to order some food. Now, Oman Air offers a dine-on-demand service, so you can order what you want when you want it. So as this was a day flight, they had breakfast options, but like I said, they did have some snacks you could order, like hamburgers and fries. I went with the omelette and muesli. Although the presentation was okay, the taste was not the best. Little things in the service were missing, I thought, like not providing salt and pepper shakers, and there were no jams for the pastries. Again, this is not a deal breaker, but Oman Air used to do so much better. My friend had the pancakes, which wasn't much better either. I remember a few years ago, Oman Air used to offer an amuse-bouche, and everything about it felt really fancy. Unfortunately, that's not the case today. One thing on this flight that surprised me was even though it was nearly 10 hours long, no amenity kit was given and there were no pajamas. I remember on my flights to Manchester with Oman Air, even at like 6 hours, 7 hours, there was always an amenity kit, pajamas on offer. Obviously, again, this is not a deal breaker as the fare was really reasonable that I paid, but I still think on a flight of this length, the very minimum Oman Air could provide would be an eye mask and some earplugs. We soon started our descent into Muscat and I checked out the amazing view of the Omani mountains as we made our approach. Overall, Oman Air offers a solid product in business class. The Apex Suite is a great seat for a long-haul flight that offers comfort, space, privacy. However, and this for me is the issue, the service and the food quality has definitely dropped since the pandemic. The lack of amenity kits and the lower quality food and presentation, that's nothing to rave home about, means that they really can't compete with the big carriers like Emirates and Qatar that provide much better service. However, for the right price, I'd definitely be flying them again. If you like this video, please like and subscribe as it really helps. Thanks so much for watching.